and I want to introduce you to a company called Nova Spark Energy. And they're actually here in Houston. You actually did meet the CEO, Rick, but you guys didn't really get to talk. It was when we were in that picnic table and it was pouring with
That
rain.
rings me a bell, but yeah, we should
Yeah, you
follow up.
guys, yeah, you were sitting next to him, but what they're doing, and they're working with Department of Defense, and this is public, but they have an actually working system that it's a trailer, it's mobile, it pulls using all renewable energy, it pulls moisture out of the air and it converts that moisture into hydrogen. So it literally makes hydrogen out of thin air and it can make enough to power what you all need.
Wow.
They've got a system deployed in Hawaii right now. That department, they're funded by DIUX and some other folks. But they're a really great team, very ethical. They're like ex-Marine. I really like working with them a lot, but they actually have a working technology. Now, they don't liquefy the hydrogen. However, there's another company that we work with that uses a trailer and renewable energy, and you feed it gas and then it liquefies it. So with those two trailers, you could literally make liquid hydrogen out of thin air. Both of them work. Both of them are being used by the federal government right now. So they have working technology. So
Yeah,
TRL
I
level
like
is
the
10.
idea of mobile hubs or mobile trailers, at specific airport hubs. That is definitely, especially for smaller scale vehicles like Robinson helicopters, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't require, again, that footprint that would be typically required for refueling an airliner like an Airbus 320, right? So
Yep.
so I think that mobile way of thinking through the distribution and the refueling is a very smart way to start with.
Exactly.
And as the aviation industry sees more of it, I think then that will trigger perhaps more effort on large scale infrastructures going forward.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's no sense in going and building this massive like solar farm. And, especially when you don't really know how the industry is going to shape up, but having mobile units where you can kind of refine whatever it is your flight path, or how much hydrogen you need until you build something more permanent. I've always been a fan of that idea, especially since I don't know if you've been following the hydrogen hubs in the US, which I
Yeah.
got really involved in the hydrogen hubs in about 2022 when I kind of around the time that High Sky was founded.